Whatsoever house I enter, there will I go for the benefit of the sick. Whatsoever things I see or hear, I will keep silence thereon. Blair General Hospital, one of the great citadels of modern medicine, where great minds and skilled hands wage man's everlasting battle against death and disease. Blair General Hospital, where life begins, where life ends, and where life goes on.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's presentation of the story of Dr. Kildare, starring Lou Ayres as Dr. James Kildare and Lionel Barrymore as Dr. Leonard Gillespie. Also appearing tonight, Virginia Gregg as Superintendent of Nursing Molly Bird, Lorraine Day as Nurse Mary Lamont, and Betsy Blair as Nurse Evangeline Parker. Featuring Gloria Graham as Nurse Sassy, and introducing Jeffrey Lynn as Lawrence Hamilton in tonight's episode, Nurse Parker's New Beau. Brought to you before a live studio audience.
It is lunchtime at Blair General Hospital. With Nurse Mary Lamont tied up in surgery prep, Nurse Evangeline Parker slips across the street to Mike's Cafe, hoping for a quiet meal. But Mike's is busier than ever. Every table is filled, except one, a small, two-seat table by the window, occupied by a handsome young man, eating his lunch alone.
Oh dear. Evangeline, steady, girl. He's so handsome. I can't possibly.
But there's no other choice. Our shy heroine gathers her courage and approaches the only open seat.
Oh, hello. Do you need a seat? Please, won't you sit down?
If you don't mind terribly. It's so crowded today.
Not at all.
He moves his book aside, offering space with quiet courtesy. Parker holds her sandwich with trembling hands. He notices and gives her a smile of encouragement. And after a few minutes of nervous small talk,
I see you work across the street at Blair General. You must have a very important position there.
Why does he suddenly remind me of Dr. Gillespie? Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. I must congratulate you on your recent graduation from Columbia. I wish you well on setting up your new practice.
Why does she suddenly remind me of Professor Higgins?
their eyes meet, just for an instant, and they laugh together simultaneously in sheer, spontaneous enjoyment.
Oh, I'm late, terribly late. Dr. Gillespie will be furious.
In a burst of uncharacteristic bravado, almost unheard of in lieu of today's modern societal expectations, our shy heroine impulsively and boldly scribbles her phone number on a slip of paper and hands it to Lawrence.
Mr. Hamilton, if you'd ever care to call me sometime.
Thank you, Miss Parker.
Parker, you're late. What's got you looking like a tomato in August?
Nothing, Dr. Gillespie. Please, doctor, I have work to do.
It's okay, Parker. Try not to let it happen again.
You gave in your number? I've never given my number to a man in my life, unless he asked for it first. Evangeline Parker, you are a shameless vixen.
Mary, I was in that horrible frumpy uniform. What must he think? He's so handsome. He's an Ivy League man. What could he possibly want with me? He probably dates the glamour girls, like Nurse Sassy. Sassy? Oh, Mary, what if Sassy sees him at Mike's? She'll grab him for herself. What a fool I am. He hasn't even called me yet.
Calm down, Evangeline. He probably thinks you're wonderful. From the way you described him, I doubt if he goes for women like Nurse Sassy. Never underestimate the power of us girl-next-door types. Anyhow, we're fixing that uniform tomorrow, and you're getting a proper makeover. And we have to shop for new outfits for you. Trust me, he's going to call you and ask you out. We've got to get you ready, after all. My dear sister, we are the March Girls. We persevere.
And so begins Parker's transformation. A tailored uniform, a neat pageboy cut, a touch of eyeshadow, and a few stylish off-duty outfits. Nothing flashy, just enough to reveal the girl-next-door charm Lawrence saw from the start. But first, a word of caution to you, the audience. We need to tamper our expectations. Parker and Lawrence are two of those people who are very attractive and appealing, but they don't realize it yet. So, with that bit of advice, let's look in on Lawrence Hamilton, newly graduated attorney at law. Days pass. Parker waits. Each ring of her phone sends her heart racing. Days turn into a week. A week turns into 3 weeks. Joy and hope turn into despair.
Tomorrow. I'll call tomorrow. But what if she regrets giving me her number? What if she doesn't remember me? On the other hand, she's a bit of a plain Jane. I'm used to the prettier girls. I'm not really attracted to her. Oh, Lawrence, where has going out with those empty-headed glamour girls ever gotten you? Miss Parker is smart, mature, fun, and interesting. Everything you always said you wanted. Plus that she has that girl-next-door quality you've always liked. That's it. She's the girl next door with the ivory soap complexion. Even that frumpy uniform has a certain charm. I like her. I want to call her. Come on, Lawrence, you can do this. No, I can't do it.
Pick up the phone and call her, you big dope.
Sir, a bit of restraint, please. All right then, let's continue. But later that night...
Miss Parker? This is Mr. Hamilton. I mean, Lawrence Hamilton.
Oh, Mr. Hamilton. How lovely to hear from you.
I was thinking about the Horn and Hardart Automat yesterday. It's a fun place to have lunch and the food is good. Would you like to join me? We can finish up our conversation from Mike's Cafe. That is, if you would like to.
Yes, Mr. Hamilton. I would like to.
And just like that, the silence melts away. They continue happily chatting for an hour before reluctantly hanging up. Parker arrives well-groomed and outfitted in a fashionable sweater and skirt outfit, complete with a perky scarf around her neck. Mary's hard work has paid off. Our shy heroine looks like the all-American girl next door who just stepped off the pages of Life magazine. Lawrence is surprised and impressed. And as they sit down at their table, now he's thinking, gosh, it's like having lunch with Betsy Blair.
Now she's thinking,
Gosh, he looks just like Jeffrey Wright.
They walk through Central Park, the mall, Bethesda Fountain, Beau Bridge, and the zoo. Their shoulders brush. Their hands clasp, gently, naturally. By the time they reach Sheep Meadow, they are laughing together like old friends. They talk about their work, their hopes, their dreams, and their aspirations. They quickly discover a growing list of common interests and purpose. They make plans to attend a Charles Dickens lecture next week at Columbia University. Both shyly admit to wanting to marry one day and raise a family.
I'm having a wonderful time, Mr. Hamilton.
I think we can call each other by our first names now, Evangeline. You've been latched onto my hand for the last half hour. I think I'm starting to lose circulation.
Oh, Mr. Hamilton, I mean Lawrence. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I suppose it's all those chores from the farm.
Time passes quickly, and now, at the boarding house steps, it's time to say goodnight. Our hero leans forward, holds both her hands in his, gazes into her eyes, and retreats, too shy, too unsure of himself to kiss her.
Good night, Mr. Hamilton. I mean, Lawrence.
Good night, Miss Parker. I mean, Evangeline.
No kiss? Oh, Evangeline. Jimmy was the same way. Don't be discouraged. Nice men are shy.
I suppose. We didn't kiss on the first date anyways, back in New Hampshire. Maybe the second date will be different.
Lawrence is a bit bolder this time. Only 5 days of procrastination and self-doubt before calling for a second date. However, we now look in on the ever-so-shy couple at Tony's Ristorante. Authentic homemade Italian food, candles, music, dancing, and Papa Tony and Mama's enthusiastic matchmaking. No extra charge.
Lawrence, don't you think the lecture was so interesting? Thank you for bringing me.
Yes, and I never noticed the connections between Great Expectations and David Copperfield before.
Ah, bellissima copia. In affatopoli. You dance. You dance.
They dance their way through swing steps and the Lindy with surprising ease. Then, a little nervously, their first romantic slow dance. Lawrence, gaining confidence, Parker, relaxing in his arms. Later that night, at the boarding house door,
Evangeline, hold still. I think I'm going to kiss you.
Please do. I'm sure Dr. Gillespie would approve.
Months pass in idyllic fashion. Movies, lectures, dinner dates at Tony's, poetry readings, recitals, museums, double dates with Kildare and Lamont. And at the Blair General Hospital charity dinner dance, Lawrence is introduced to Dr. Gillespie for the first time.
I see this Hamilton fella was a quarterback in college. Parker, this is your second chance as a quarterback. Don't blow it.
Oh, Dr. Gillespie, you're embarrassing me.
So, Lawrence, what exactly are your intentions towards my nurse, of whom I have invested so much time and energy, training and mentoring? Are you going to steal her away from dear old Dr. Gillespie?
Leonard, leave them alone. Lawrence, don't pay any attention to him. Dear old goat is more like it.
I don't mind, Miss Bird. That, sir, is what we call in the legal profession a leading question, of which I regret to inform you at this time is irrelevant, immaterial, legally incompetent, and assumes a conclusion not in evidence. I can commit to saying I am giving the matter all my due consideration. As regards anything else, Your Honor, I plead nolo contendere.
Oh, you men. Please give a gal a break.
in retaliation, Parker accepts a dance request from her not-so-secret admirer, Dr. Kerwin. But that strategy backfires when Nurse Sassy swoops in and pulls a surprised Lawrence onto the dance floor. At this point, we will allow our happy couple some privacy to resolve this little mix-up. Time passes, and our young couple has passed the infamous crush stage. They're now in that pleasant comfort zone that can be entered only by a young couple in love. He calls her Parker. She calls him Counselor. Suddenly, our modern young couple has made a shocking decision to defy all societal expectations. You have been forewarned. Yes, dear audience, Nurse Parker has accepted a dinner invitation from Lawrence at his cozy West Village apartment, ignoring Mary's advice not to. What could possibly go wrong? Wait, someone please get a glass of water to the woman in the audience who just fainted. Madam, have you recovered? Good, then let's continue. The rain worsens. Parker looks nervously out the windows. It's getting late, and the rain has turned into an unrelenting downpour.
Parker, don't tell me my ivory soap girl is afraid of a little rain. Gillespie told me you used to wash with rainwater right out of the farm barrel.
Thank you, Counselor. I'm sure I'm safe here, at least from the weather.
Yes, Parker, at least from the weather. We offer no other guarantees here. Young ladies who pass through this door do so at their own risk.
Like Nurse Sassy, for instance?
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
Counselor, you are treading into dangerous waters.
The torrential rain precludes her leaving the apartment. She's stuck there for the night. Their reputations are at stake. Cool heads must prevail. He insists she take the bedroom while he sleeps on the sofa. And...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew Stevens. I am the director of this night's episode. We temporarily halt this broadcast for an important announcement. Spoiler alert! Nothing happens! I assure you, nothing happens. We here at the network adhere to all FCC regulations on content and morality. Gosh, that was a close one.
Thank you, Andrew. Next morning, back at the boarding house brings embarrassment and Mary's interrogation.
Evangeline, I was worried sick. Why didn't you call me?
I did. The lines were down.
Where were you? Did you go to Lawrence's apartment?
I did.
I advised you not to go and you went anyhow?
I did.
Did you eat dinner there?
I did.
You didn't stay overnight, did you?
I did.
Evangeline Parker, please, think of your reputation. Tell me you didn't.
Oh, Mary, of course I didn't.
6 idyllic months have passed since they first met. We fast forward to Mrs. Davis's boarding house for professional young ladies of character. Mrs. Davis has entrusted the parlor to her favorite young couple and is visiting her cronies for the evening. Parker and Lawrence are alone at last. Soft music, candles, scented air permeates the room. A perfectly prepared romantic dinner for two is set on the table, along with a complimentary bottle of the best wine from Tony's Ristorante. Parker is carefully outfitted in her new black party dress, showing a daring but refined décolletage, and sporting just a mere touch of Mary's Channel No. 5, mixed with a drop of vanilla behind her left ear. Lawrence senses something is up. He instinctively knows his treasured bachelorhood is endangered. Too late now, Lawrence.
Wonderful dinner, Evangeline. Thank you for inviting me. You look lovely tonight. When did my plain Jane turn into this ravishing creature?
Thank you, Lawrence. Counselor, someone I know requires advice, but I admit nothing. I caution you to admit nothing and to assume nothing.
You admit nothing. I will admit nothing and assume nothing.
The person I know is a young lady, but I admit nothing.
You admit nothing.
She has a beau, but be cautious. Do not admit and do not assume.
I do not admit. I do not assume.
She loves her beau, yet he has been known to procrastinate in matters of the heart. But do not assume.
I assume nothing. But I will note that procrastination can cost a man dearly. She's brilliant. My love and admiration for her knows no bounds.
The young lady wonders. If her beau delays too long, might she lose faith? I admit nothing, and I advise you to assume nothing.
Her beau should speak before faith fades. But I admit nothing, and I assume nothing.
Her heart is yearning for her knight in shining armor to pick up the gauntlet, but I admit nothing.
This procrastinating young man, does his last name by any chance start with an H? And his first name, does it by any chance start with an L? Mind you, I ask, but I neither admit or assume.
Counselors should not leap to conclusions. I admit nothing, but that is a reasonable question to ask.
And by any chance, does the young lady's last name perhaps start with a P? And her first name perhaps with an E? Be careful. Admit nothing.
I am being very careful, Counselor. I will say, but without admitting, mind you, that it might be so.
As for the young lady's last name, might it just be Parker? And her first name, Evangeline? We are alone, and I am your de facto attorney. Therefore, you can now safely admit under the rule of privileged communication.
As long as this is privileged communication, I will admit the last name is Parker. Also, that the first name is Evangeline. But I will admit no more until the young man in question stops procrastinating about a certain subject.
And may I ask if Parker is willing?
Yes, Counselor. Parker is willing.
Then in that case, I am authorized on behalf of the young man in question to give you the contents of this box with his love, his highest regards and admiration, and his intention to pledge his life, love, future, and sacred honor at your mercy. Do with him what you will.
Oh, Lawrence, this ring is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I love it almost as much as I love you. That had to be the oddest, most ridiculous proposal on record. What a silly pair we are. I adore you, Counselor.
Being of modest means, the young attorney has presented Nurse Parker with a small, plain, but perfectly presentable diamond engagement ring. But to her, it is everything she ever dreamed of, and she will cherish it for the rest of her life.
By the way, Parker, I have another surprise for you.
Yes, Counselor.
Parker, I have decided to accept Dr. Carew's offer to become the lead counsel for the hospital's social services program. The pay is not the best, but it is sufficient enough to enable us to marry and fulfill our dreams of helping those in need. My first case would be to represent Sister Francesca and the St. Nicholas Orphanage of the Lower East Side. Heap, Dodson, and Fogg are trying to evict them. Such dastardly fellows, they are a disgrace to the legal profession. Dr. Carew is an amazing man. Did you know he started a program to reach out to all people and institutions in need of medical and legal assistance? It's groundbreaking, truly one of a kind. I start on Monday. I can also purchase you a bigger, better ring.
Counselor, that's wonderful. Don't you dare get me another ring. I love the one I have. It also enables us to select a wedding date.
One thing at a time, Parker. After all, fools rush in where angels fear to tread.
And so, love reigns supreme at Blair General Hospital, and wedding bells are in the air. Don't worry about Nurse Sassy. Under tutelage from Mary and Nurse Parker, she'll soon discover that flirtatious ways, short skirts, and lots of mascara are not what men of substance are looking for. Blair General Hospital, where life begins, where life ends, and where life goes on.
What a lovely couple. Don't it just make you think, Joe?
Yeah, it makes me. I think I gotta get back to the orderly room. See you later, Sally.
Parker's engaged. Gee, Sassy. I wonder when it will be our turn.
Let's face it, Jessica. The good ones always go for the girl next door types, like Lamont and Parker. I wonder where that leaves us.
Workday is over, Evangeline. The boys are waiting for us at Mike's.
Coming, Mary. Give me a minute to finish Dr. Gillespie's schedule for tomorrow.
You've been listening to the story of Dr. Kildare, starring Lou Ayres and Lionel Barrymore, also starring Lorraine Day, Virginia Gregg, and featuring Betsy Blair as Nurse Evangeline Parker. Introducing Jeffrey Lynn as Lawrence Hamilton, Parker's new beau. Gloria Graham played the part of Nurse Sassy, Parker's potential rival. Join us again next time for another thrilling chapter in the story of Dr. Kildare. Until then, we wish you all the love, happiness, and companionship that our newly engaged couple enjoy. May they live forever in our hearts, in good health and in good fortune.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for our cast? Gloria Graham, Lou Ayres, Lorraine Day, Lionel Barrymore, Virginia Gregg. Our happy couple, Jeffrey